just wrapping up all the blocking and windows. So we're getting ready to wrap this. And I had a couple questions on stub columns. So if you can see over on that side, we have our corner column, and then we have columns 8 foot on center. And that's a sidewall, so that's carrying the trusses over there. And then when you come over here, we have a corner column. Then we have another column close because we have a garage door here. So the only way we can carry that truss 8 foot on center is putting headers up here. So we have a double 11 and 7, or this is actually a 14 inch. This is a double 14 inch LVL. So there's one on this side of the column and there's one on the other. So how we do this is that corner column over there to the center of that one is 8 feet. So what we'll do when we were laying out our wall on the ground is we'll measure 8 feet to right here, and we'll make what we call a stub column. And it's just a miniature column that the truss sits in. So you can see right here the truss sits in this, and that little stub column fits in between the LVLs, and then the girts get attached to it. And it goes all the way down to the garage door header. So you can see it goes up in there, and then the truss sits in there. So if we back up a little bit, you can see there's the truss tail right there, stub column right there. The LVLs are carrying the weight of the truss and the roof, and they're transferring it over to the columns. They go all the way down to the footings. So likewise, the weight's transferred over there and then down. So we have 2 stub columns in this bay. We have one here, which is 8 foot off the corner, and then we come over 8 feet, and we have another one. And it also goes down to the garage door header. Now you don't, if you say you have like an 8 foot door and it's like 10 feet down, you just have to attach it to a couple girts. This is carrying the weight of the trusses and transferring it over to the column. So you can see we have another garage door there, another garage door there. So you can see our trusses are landing over that opening. So we have to put stub column, stub column, stub column, and stub column. So hopefully that answers your question. I just do a 3-ply 2x6 stub column, so I will leave the middle one short where the truss is going to sit, so the truss's weight can bear on this LVL and not the stub column or anything, because you want all that weight to be transferred over to the post. That's how that works, and that's when we use those. Alright guys, a little house wrap trick. Take a board the height of your house wrap, line the marks up on one side, which I've done at the top and bottom, wrap it over, staple it to it, and then you can square this 2x4 up on the building, which will hold your house wrap in place and help you stay square as you get started. day 14. Yesterday we finished framing in all the doors, windows, getting them blocked, and then started on the house wrap. So today we're working on finishing up all the house wrap, and then we have all of our soffit and fascia got delivered, so we'll put up all of our FJ, and then one of the guys will get going on the soffit and fascia, and the other, me and one of the other guys will put in all the doors today. So moving right along. After that, we're going to start working on laying out this porch and getting footings poured for that, so that's pretty exciting. Alright guys, we're finishing up the house wrap. They're stapling some up there, but we have these gables. I always do the gables so that there is a barrier between the steel and the unconditioned attic. Here in the Midwest and further north, if you get really cold nights, you can get some light frost on there. So I just want to eliminate that if I can. I hate putting up house wrap, and so the best way I found to do these gables is to lay out the width of my gable. I mark the heel height on the corners, and then I just snap a line for my pitch, and then I just cut it off, and then I roll both ends to the middle, and then we'll start in the middle and then just roll it out both ways. And for me, I just feel that like works best than trying to, it's such a hard spot to do when you're going up at an angle. So this is the best method I've found, so hopefully it helps somebody.
2 7/8. Yep. You there? Yep. There. Good? Yep.
This is all the stuff that falls out. You still get a lot of rock, but this packs really well, and it doesn't, a lot less chance it's going to tear your vapor barrier. So it's nice. So we're starting to get rock in. We're gonna try to get all this filled in, but I got to get insulation and get it down along the grade board so we don't have to dig the rock out that we put in to get it down. We're gonna go down 2 feet. So that's gonna be dependent on where you live, kind of what the requirements are for kind of frost protection here. Building zone 5A, I believe we are, 5A or 5B. It's 24 inches. I can tell you my house does not have 24 inches and it's fine. The most important thing is that you have drainage underneath your slab. And that's what this is all for, to make sure that all that water can escape underneath the slab. So hopefully be pouring concrete in a couple weeks. Pull myself up.
I think I'll be able to.
I feel real tired. Go ahead. Oh yeah, I got no problem.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you better not slide those hands down. That was easy.
Getting burn on the hands?
No, I didn't. I almost did. When I started getting up to where the rope was like folded in, I didn't know what was going on.
Gonna regulate it.
Huh? It'll wake you up.
It ain't gonna look like that.
Oh yeah, you got it. Oh, he's up there. Yeah.
Coming down 80 years either.
Still got it.
Right at about there. Alright, it is day 15. A little late to the job site. Somebody hacked my credit card and was getting free rides on Uber with it, so had to wait till the bank opened to get cash so I could put fuel in my truck. So hope whoever had $600 of free Uber rides had a good time, but picked up all the insulation for underneath the concrete and for down the side of the grate board. 155 sheets. What that means is we are going to make a big push in the next couple weeks to get to concrete, because I want that done, because then it opens up a lot more options for us. It opens up framing, internal framing, all that kind of good stuff. So just gonna leave all this on the trailer, and probably this afternoon we'll start kind of trenching out between our columns to get our insulation down a couple feet, and we'll show you that when we get to that. See right alongside there. Yeah, there's a lot of rock in here, so it might be easier. The rock we can dig out. There's probably like 3 inches of rock.
Yeah, pickaxe it.
Well, this breaks it up easier. Once we get down, see there's the dirt right there. So we're at 20 inches, or 21 inches right there already.
All right.
So that shouldn't be too bad.
24.
24 to the top.
Okay.
All right, I'm out of breath already, and we just started. But to give your slab frost protection, we're going to take polystyrene down along the grade board into the ground, and how much you need is dependent on what building zone you're in. Here in the Midwest, we need roughly 24 inches. And I've talked about this before, mine doesn't have that, and I have had no problems with frost. So We're going to go ahead and put 24 inches down, and we should be good to go. So we're just going to dig down along before we put any fill in, so we don't have to dig that fill back out. And then we'll backfill this to where it needs to be. Alright guys, real quick, step by step, installing exterior doors on a post frame. Step one, make sure you have as square and plumb opening as possible. Step two, get your door, test fit it, make sure that your rough opening's good. Step three, check your, in this case, we're mounting this on a grade board, make sure that that is level. If it's not level, get it perfectly level. That'll help you later on. Next thing, put your silicone on, slide your door in. Once your door is in, you want to start by screwing your jamb side in. I always pick either the top or the bottom. I take a little screw out and run a big screw in through the hinge and then work my way down or up the door, plumbing this side of the door. Keep in mind when you do that, it might move the bottom of the door, so you need to keep checking the sill plate to make sure it is still level. Once you get your hinge side plumb and your bottom sill is still level, you can come over here and shim your lock side. I always put screws above and below the lock, at the bottom, top, and sometimes in the middle, depending on the door. Start at either the top or the bottom and work your way down, and all you're going to do when you do that, your door is already plumbed, just match the reveal all the way down. So I start at the top, put a shim in, close the door, make sure it looks good, put a screw in. Next shim, close the door, make sure it looks good, put a screw in, all the way down. Once you've completed those steps, you want to check to make sure your door opens and closes properly, that the reveals are all even. And if you are having trouble, your door is not square, you're not plumb, or your bottom's not level, all those things work together. So if you're having trouble, you have to get those things worked out. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video. House wrap, the 5 ThrumaTru doors, and then we started digging out along that bottom grade board to put 2-inch polystyrene down there. We didn't get that finished on this video, but we'll show you that detail on the next one. And then we're going to cover our porch footings. We'll show you how we set our brackets for our porch footings so that we can assure our posts are sitting on top of the concrete and they never are sitting in water. So we appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget all of our services. Check out our website. We have design services. We have a Patreon group for self-builders. We talk about different topics every month. We have plan audits. If you guys are designing your own plans and you want me to look over them, I do that. But as always, we appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we're helping you get closer to reaching your dream. And as always, we'll catch you on the next video.